Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spa Queen Unleashed podcast. Today is Friday, August 20th, and I'm super excited to be here. I want to thank Fiesta Media Studios for this amazing production. I want to thank my sponsor, Spa Royale Dayspa, for sponsoring my podcast. Today, we have a very, very special guest. I'm super excited. Anthony Hudson is here live from Nebraska. He is a high-performance coach, and I wanted to bring him on today and introduce everyone to him because he is an incredible guy. Like, this guy has such an incredible mindset. He practices what he preaches, and he's added value to my life, and I know that he's going to add value to yours. And so I want to welcome Anthony to the show. And today we are going to just dive into mindset. We're going to talk about, ways that we can help navigate our lives during crazy times, which, we're all going through a crazy time right now, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, so Anthony, introduce yourself. I'm so happy you're here.
Mary, hey, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it. Excited to connect with you again. I'm sure we'll get into it, but we connected through social media, and then we were able to meet in person in Utah a few months back, and cool. Just energies aligned, and we're part of some of the similar circles. And I think this will continue to grow and escalate. And I'm excited to be here. And really the goal is just to try to help one person a day, right? That's always my goal. And us being together on this, I think will probably help a lot more than that.
Yes, I'm here
so my name's Anthony Hudson. I'm a performance coach. My coaching program is called Confident, the Code to Living a Life on Fire.
Yes.
And really what we do in my coaching program is just like it says, we help you build a routine and healthy habits, take back control of your life, and have a life on fire in all areas of your life, which for me, there are 5 pillars, 5 core pieces of life. And that's your faith, your family, your fitness, your finances, and then the last one is fun and having fun, right? So those are the 5 pillars, and that's really what my coaching program is based on, right? So helping anybody that is maybe doing good in a couple of those areas, but really wants to have an all-encompassing life on fire, being on fire in all areas of life, right?
I love that.
I appreciate it. So that's the goal. I'm just trying to help people with that, and help connect other people to other people in my network that we can again deal with the things that life throws at us, especially in today's day and age. So appreciate you having me.
Man, for sure, absolutely. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I just I think it's really cool that you've got the 5 pillars that you always circle back. You are always promoting all 5 of those, because every single one of those, you basically have your entire life covered, right?
That's right. So we call it the Forever 5 because, and part of this is it's a lifestyle. And the reason it's called Forever 5 pillars, and they're all F words, good F words, not 4-letter F words. But the reason that we focus on those is because, this is a lifestyle. I want the people that I come in contact with and that I can help coach, I want them to turn this into something that they know it's to fall in love with the process and know that there's no finish line to this, right? This is how you continue to grow, expand. If you're not growing, you're dying, as they like to say. If you're not moving forward, if you're staying in one spot, you're slowly dying. Like, so constant improvement, healthy habits, stacking wins, 1% better every single day. That's the goal. And some days are going to be better than others. And right. I'm not here to say that, we're not going to have our off days and bad days, and that's okay. But my goal is to never have 2 bad days in a row.
That's
right.
Exactly
so we're
right.
So we're going to focus on really, taking what we learn from maybe a bad day, and then, the next morning is a brand new day, and we started off with some gratitude in our morning routines, and we'll get right back on track.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up. As my audience knows, I am a gratitude junkie. I think gratitude is one of those things that really, really gets you centered, and it really, really just allows you to create a life of abundance because you are already grateful for what you have right here and now. And right now, all we have is right now, right? So what do you think? Like what is one of your favorite ways to, practice gratitude?
Yeah, no, you hit it. You nailed it, right? So a couple things. One, in order to have an abundant mindset, we have to be grateful for the things we currently have because God, the universe, whatever you believe in, if we're not grateful for the things we currently have, how are we ever going to be able to have more of something, right? How are we ever going to be able to handle, bringing on more of those things, right? So we've got to be grateful for whatever we have, wherever we're at in life, and know that once that happens and once we are truly grateful, then
you're ready for more.
And then we're ready for more, and then and then the best part is that we can share that abundance and gratefulness with others, right? So practices as far as tactically, what I like to do every morning, I wake up and I write down 5 things I'm grateful for, right? And not just 5 things. And then a lot of times, we get caught up in maybe rushing through stuff or things get in the way. So it's 5. It might be people, things, but not just what we're grateful for, but why we're grateful for them. So it's not just writing down somebody's name. It's not just writing down, hey, I'm grateful for Mary in this podcast, right? But why? Like, hey, I'm grateful for her because, we're connected. We're helping more people. Yes. She's introduced me to somebody else that I can collaborate and do business with, for example, right? So it's what you're grateful for and why, because what happens then, again, life of abundance, you talked about it, but the other thing is when you have those bad days, like we were just talking about, when we go back and we feel like, today, man, I didn't accomplish what was on my task list. I didn't make it to the gym because I had a client issue I had to deal with, whatever it looks like, right? We can go back to that gratitude journal and look at all the great things that have happened to us and that we have, and come to find out and realize, like, hey, today wasn't such a bad day. I got it pretty good. There's going to be some hiccups along the road, and life's going to throw us challenges to make sure that we stay grateful and in abundance. So if we're not being challenged, then that's when we get comfortable, right? And that's not what we want. So those are the things gratitude-wise. And sometimes I'll even go back and write down additional ones at the end of the day. And part of that gratitude is tracking wins as well. So early morning, it's what are we grateful for? Sometimes it's just waking up in the morning.
Absolutely. That's the biggest blessing of all.
That's right. Waking up, have another day. Like we won the lottery every single day.
Every single morning. That's right.
Every single morning. But then at the end of the day, I think a lot of it too with mindset stuff. Mary, this. Like, I think we're really hard on ourselves a lot of times. Nobody's harder on ourselves. Nobody's harder on me than me.
Yeah, we're our biggest critics.
We're our biggest critics. So then what happens is, we're so hard on ourselves, we forget to track the wins, like whether they're big or small. Like usually we're only tracking the wins. Hey, I hit a sales goal, or I hit a revenue number, or I just opened a brand new business and I crushed it in my first week, or whatever that looks like. So those are the only wins we track. Sometimes it's just the small, I don't want to call them insignificant, but just the tiny little wins that stack up, that snowball for us. Tracking those at the end of the day, like, hey, I stuck to my nutrition plan today, or hey, I got to the gym, or hey, I got a thank you message from a friend, a colleague, things like that. Like that's a win to me too. Small things stack up to big wins over time. Snowball. So we're so hard on ourselves that we only track the big wins, and typically we're only focused on what we can do to improve. But sometimes we need to go back to, hey, where did I win today? Man, I won here, here, and here. And that's, again, going to have that compound effect. Compound effect is not just in interest. It's also in a lot of other things, too. So it's not just in the financial world. It's in a lot of other areas.
Yeah, so, and I mean, anyways. I think, and too, with that, consistency, right? Being consistent, that is where it's at.
100%.
That is what is going to get you through the tough times. Having that morning routine, like I've talked about this a million times. Like they know my morning routine. I wake up from 5 to 7. That is my time. I go exercise. Perfect. I read. I drink my water. I do my farm chores. I do all the things that create a perfect set me up for success for that day, right? So, I mean, how important would you say that having a good morning routine, how that affects your day, and your life, really?
It's the most important thing by far. And not to say that, your morning routine actually, and some people don't always understand this, but it's by far the most important thing, because you're going to do something tough, difficult, and something like you're going to get a win early with a morning routine, right? Yeah. So getting wins early makes everything else that happens during the rest of the day, I don't want to say easier, but makes it
doable. Like you're able
more doable.
To,
yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah,
right?
You're able
I already got a win.
Yeah.
I'm confident.
Yes.
I'm confident.
Yes.
I woke up before I got a workout in before the sun. I like to say I sweat before the sun. All those kind of like, that you got some things done before the rest of the world is still sleeping. Like that in and of itself is empowering, and that's like a superpower, right?
Oh my gosh, totally.
That's a lot where confidence comes from. But the other piece of this is people don't realize your actually morning routine starts the night before, right? So your morning routine and your evening routine are the two most important things. And then whatever happens during the rest of the day, you're better equipped to combat. Meaning, if you've got stuff set up automatic to where your decisions, like your early morning is almost on automatic pilot, not so much that you're not engaged and involved in it and still, aware and intentional, but so that it almost happens without you having to put extra decision-making power and using your precious bandwidth, your mind, right? So morning routine, evening routine, then whatever else happens during the day that the world throws a punch at you, you're able to bob and weave and punch back, right? You can handle the curveballs because you've got more bandwidth, you've got more decision-making power throughout that day to make the tough decisions when something happens that you weren't expecting, right? So that's the power of the morning and the evening routine. Yeah. So important. But it's a big thing that I coach on, absolutely. So you're doing it right. So I appreciate you talking about that.
No, for sure. And I mean, I really just want to, I think it's so important for us to just share what works for us so that people that aren't quite sure how to navigate when everything just seems like, because this is the thing. I think that some of us, well, a lot of us, I mean, me too, like this used to be me, but it's not me anymore because I've made great changes. And that's why I'm doing these podcasts, right?
There you go.
I know that for me, your mindset is everything. That is where it's at. That, I've talked about thoughts, right? We are thinker of thoughts. We are not our thoughts, right? So
right.
How can we help with our mindset? Like, what are some things that you do and that you coach on that help people retrain this brain? Because as you know, we all have stories that have been written, but what I like to share with everyone is that we are the author. We get to rewrite those stories on a daily basis. We get to rewrite our story. It doesn't have to be like it's been. It can become what you want it to be. So what are some things that some tips, like 3 tips that can really help change mindset?
So a process that I take all my clients through in the coaching program is, it's first we've got to figure out what it is that you truly want, right? So we've talked about that.
So this is about living a life on fire, and I love that. That's right.
Yes,
I'm all about
100%.
it.
There we go. So, and this is about changing and rewiring your brain and your mindset, and for that positivity and that abundance and that confidence, that superpower, right? So first we got to figure out what we want, but in order to figure out what we want, we first got to understand where we're currently at, right? So we've got to be really honest and self-audit, and I take everybody through an exercise and a practice of, okay, where am I at in the 5 F's, the Forever 5, faith, family, fitness, finances, and fun. So
yes.
we audit that, and we're brutally honest, and that's an epiphany in and of itself for a lot of people that go through my program. Like, they've never done anything like this. Like, they've thought about it a little bit. Oh, I'm pretty good here. I know this.
Because we lie to ourselves.
That's right. We lie to ourselves. Not only that, we
justify, and we have excuses.
We justify.
Yes.
And we also think that the way we were raised is the way we have to stay, or the way, what our parents,
our caregiver.
How they grew up, how we grew up, those kind of things. Ultimately, that's that's how we have to stay and be, and that's not the case at all. Nope. You can make a decision to be different at any point in your life.
Yes.
You make a decision to go all in, to build big stuff, to start a new business, to get your fitness in check, to build a 6-pack, to whatever it looks like, right? To make a certain amount of money. It's all it is just the decision, right? But first we need to find out where we're currently at, and we audit that, and we go through that part. Then From there, we figure out what it is that we want. And then the last piece is, who do I have to become in order to get those things that we want? So that's a 3-step process that we go through. And then once we have that down, then it's like, okay, so who do I have to become? Then we break down, all right, so this is what I need to do in my faith category, my fitness, my finances. And part of that too is a big piece of it is getting confident in your routine. Routine is integrity. Routine is, this is a structure. These are the habits that I'm going to perform. These are the promises I'm going to make to myself and I'm going to keep. That's where integrity and confidence, self-confidence comes from.
Man, you just said
keeping
something.
The promises you make to yourself.
That's it. You guys have heard me. See, it's not just me. Like, Anthony's super successful. He's been there, done that. No, seriously, like, this is the thing, right? Like, we are just as normal as everybody else, right? But we have chosen to really, really, really give ourselves permission to become as great as we can, right? And it starts with that daily promise to yourself, you guys. When you are able to commit to promising yourself something and committing to it, you are creating trust with yourself. And then you're able to do that in a big scale. You're able on a much larger scale and for others. Like it's huge. Daily promise. Yep. Yes.
You have to be able to trust yourself, right?
Yes.
And then that's and then from there it goes into, there's a lot of other pieces to it, but overall the mindset, you've got to figure out where you are, where you want to go, and then who you have to become to get there. And then it's taking small bites. Like, we're not taking, this is a process. Again, it's a lifestyle. This is not something, I like to say there's no finish line to fitness. There's no finish line to being confident. Confident is ever changing, right? Exactly. So some days it's going to look different than others. And some days, part of the 5 pillars, like, some days you're going to have to be focused on your family more than you're focused on your fit. Some days you might have to be focused on your business more. I'm not saying there's a perfect balance in any of these things. And a lot of people that are looking for balance, they're never going to find it, right? There's no perfect balance on a perfect day that you're going to hit, in my opinion, those 5 pillars, all 5 categories every single day. But on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis, right? You're pretty much living a life on fire in all those categories. Maybe if I'm gone traveling for a weekend, doing some franchise development stuff that I also do, or gone during the week, then on the weekend, I'm setting aside business and I'm only spending time with my family, right? And that's the other thing that I teach and coach on is most of us, our calendars, our primary calendars are focused on our business, our clients, on our the work tasks that need to be done to make money, to provide those kind of things. But that's backwards, right? Because we're doing this. Why are we wanting to make money? Why are we wanting to grow our business? It's for our family, for our loved ones, so that we have more time freedom, more financial freedom to do the things we want with the loved ones, with our loved ones, how we want, when we want, where we want, with who we want, right? So we need to plan our day around our families, our family calendar, in order to, and then you're going to be more successful, and your family and your relationships are going to be better, and they're going to appreciate you more, because typically it's, I've got to do this for work. Oh, I've got a half hour to put the girls to bed at night.
We forget ourselves.
Or we're exhausted, or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we have to schedule ourselves just like everything else is scheduled. Right. And I talk about that all the time. Like I said, me first, right? Those 2 hours of the day, I fill my cup up so that I am so ready to handle whatever I'm thrown at. Because listen,
100%.
As a business owner, things don't always go perfect every day. They sure don't.
You're going to get thrown curveballs. And that's a great point too. That's the other thing I always want to teach and help people understand. Like, I hate the put your mask on first analogy, the flight attendant or in the airline, but really, something that I had to figure out is you have to be selfish to be selfless, meaning you've got to, like you said, fill your cup up. You've got to be able to in order to better take care of others, you got to take care of yourself first.
Oh yeah,
right?
You can't.
So that's why the morning routine is your time, which is perfect.
100%.
Because then you're fulfilled, you're ready to roll, and now you can better take care of your clients. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have more confidence. You're going to have more bandwidth to do the things you need to do.
You just feel good. You feel good because you haven't forgotten yourself. Because I think that's what happens with a lot, as being a spa owner, right? I preach on this all the time because your health is your wealth, right? Honestly, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So it's kind of like, when things are tough and you got to make good decisions and you got to figure things out. You really need to be as mentally clear as you can. And if you haven't taken the time to nurture what you need in order to be able to be your very best, it's not going to work so great. Like, I would really challenge every single person that's watching this today just to really think about what type of routine, what can you do in the morning that is going to help you be more available and just more grounded for what lies ahead, because you don't know, but when you're able, this is the thing. So when you don't take care of yourself, right? Like, I'm gonna use moms as an example, because
great example.
Moms are such givers, right? They give. They give when they don't have to give, but they forget about themselves, and then then there's mom guilt, right? They feel guilty if they say, "Hey, I need an hour. And guess what? Moms really don't need that much. We as women don't require that much. I'm telling you, like a 1 hour getaway, like just going to get a massage or going to get our nails done or get our lashes done, and make us feel pretty. We come back a totally new human. I don't know. I don't know. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know.
I think I'm right. No, I think you're spot on. And speaking from experience with my wife, so she owns her own business as well. So we're business partners, we're husband and wife, lovers, parents together, best friends. So that's a tough thing though, right? That's a lot. There's a lot of different roles, a lot of different boundaries, expectations. So for us, what we found out has worked is, and it's been over 15 years, like we've been married for 15 years. So it's been over a long time.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I love the journey.
Yeah. So during the week, she's usually doing most of the kid stuff and taking care of our 3 daughters and running them to and from school. Also working on her business at the same time. She is super mom. I tell people that all the time. Yeah. Phenomenal.
I love
phenomenal.
That.
But on the weekends, then it's like, okay, I've got the kids. She's going to do her things.
Nice.
Like, yes, a lot of it's for us too. She's usually does the grocery shopping, stuff like that. But she's going to the gym. Like, she gets her time.
But being able to be by herself for a little while is huge, right? It's huge because if they don't, if moms or, whoever it is that's just giving, constantly giving, and that you don't have that time to give to yourself a little bit, what happens is resentment is created, right? Mm-hmm. And that's something that we can avoid by being able to see when you need a little bit, right? When you need to give yourself something. But that's why creating a routine that includes you in it is so huge. It's so huge.
Well, and I think oftentimes we wait until we wait until it's absolute, everything, the bottom
explosion,
we wait until the explosion. We wait until, same thing in our health. Like, we wait until the doctor says, okay, you're sick. Like, same thing with this. We wait until we're just deep down, depressed or whatever. If you just attack it a little bit every single day,
bite size. If
you get down in that, if the day does explode, you're going to be able to get right back,
bounce back,
exactly, much quicker versus waiting until and not taking care of yourself and then waiting until it truly happens. You're gonna, it might be stuck there a little bit longer, right? And that's the key. So no, I think you nailed it. That's great.
And that is the key, is setting your life up, right? Setting your life up so that you don't wait till that time comes, so that you're handling yourself and your business. You're moving along, like you said, we don't have to eat the entire elephant in one day. We can just take bite sizes. And then, at the end of a few months, you've eaten the entire elephant.
There you go.
And
proactive versus reactive. That was my problem for the first 30-ish years of my life, is I was letting the world dictate how my day was going to go versus controlling how my day was going to go and choosing my attitude and choosing what, no matter what happened, at the end of the day, I'm going to be grateful. And I'm going to have some wins, and I'm going to do it again the next day. Right.
Yes. So no, that is awesome. That is so huge. And, like I said, it's just a matter of really checking yourself, deciding that you want to do better, that you can do better, admitting that, what, I'm not so great at this. This is what I need to work on, and owning it and then executing, because that's the thing. We can read, we can listen, we can do all of these wonderful things, but if you do not take action, if you don't execute on the things that you need to do, what you going to get?
Right.
Right.
There's all the knowledge in the world out there, like all the books, go to all the mastermind events, learn from all the experts. But if you're not putting any of it into action, what was the point, right? I mean, it's action
pointless,
is imperfect action beats perfect inaction every single time. And that's the problem. Like a lot of times we think we need to have it exactly right and perfect. And sometimes we need to fall forward, not fail, fall forward, and then get up and continue to do it again and again and again.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely, for sure. Like, I am so grateful that we met. Like he talked about earlier, we actually are in some of the same coaching groups and mentorships and that kind of thing. And so it's just really cool to connect and be able to talk about things that we know to be true because we're doing it. And it's just so cool. And that's the thing, networking and getting out there and getting out of your comfort zone and just doing what scares you a little bit, because I'm telling you, and I'm sure Anthony feels the same, once you cross that line to the other side, man, get past that fear, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. It just requires you to, that's the process, right? That's the part of the process. So we're able to do that. You can really, truly live your life on fire. I mean, I'm telling you, right now, I think that so many people are struggling. Oh my gosh, Anthony, I mean, would you agree?
You're right.
So many people are struggling, but I might have a day where I feel a little uneasy and a little uncertain, and I'm like, but I get right back into it, and I feel great. I feel so good, and I want to share that with everyone. I know you're doing so good. I mean, you're rocking it. You do you. You're consistent. I mean, you are doing what you teach. And
that's right.
It shows, I don't know. I mean, you can create your dream life. You can totally create the best life that you want by implementing some of these things. So
absolutely. I was just going to say real quick, doing something that scares you every single day. I'm a huge advocate of that. You brought that up too. And then the other piece of it is, investing in yourself. You were saying the other mastermind groups and things like that, just to kind of bring it all home. Like, most people look at an investment in personal development or a program or hiring a coach or a mentor, things like that, as an expense. Yeah. It's not an expense. That's an investment in yourself.
And that's something that's going to give you a return. Investment ever is investing in yourself. And this is the first year that I've ever invested in myself, Anthony. Yes.
Oh, wow.
The first year I've ever done that.
And is this not your best year yet so far?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I am riding this wave. I am riding this wave. I love it. So
funny how that works.
Yeah. It is very funny. No correlation, no. But anyway, no. So seriously, I want to thank you so much for joining me today for this podcast. We'll have to do it again sometime, because I think that we've got some, we can bring that fire for people and really help and just add value. And, I want everyone to be as happy as we are. Not that we don't have bad days, not that we don't have moments that aren't so great, but it's learning how to navigate and learning how to deal with those and keep pushing forward. That's what it's all about. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Me too. Well, guys, that's today's show. I hope that you were able to, get some really great pointers, some things that are going to help you in your life. I want to wish you all a really, really happy Friday. I want to thank Fiesta Media Studios for the production. I want to thank Anthony so much for coming on the show today and sharing his knowledge with you. He's fantastic. I'm super excited to host him again another time, and maybe I'll go on his podcast. Who knows, right? But you can visit him on www.createyourconfident.com. And go like me on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all the places. And I will see you next week for another episode of Spa Queen Unleashed podcast on Wednesday Wellness. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful weekend, everyone.
you for having me.
Yes, I appreciate it so much, and I think this is going to be great. I can't wait to go back and watch and check it out. But yeah, man, legit. Real
Will
talk.
it go out on social then, or how does that work so I can share it for both of us and some of that stuff?
Yeah. It was live on Facebook.
It was live. Okay, perfect.
It was live on Facebook. So go follow my page.
I think I might already, but yeah,
it's
I'll
Spa
go
Royale.
confirm.
Yeah, Spa Royale.
Okay.
On Facebook, Spa Royale.
Yeah, and I'll tag you.
And on YouTube, it is a
Perfect.
Spa Queen Unleashed on YouTube.
Okay.
It is a brand new channel.
Okay.
But it goes live there, and also this evening is gonna be live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, man.
Perfect.
That was good. I think I'll when I get the link or whatever, I'll post it in the Lion's Den.
Okay. That'd be awesome.
can
Let's
check it out.
let's do it again one night. So again, I'm rebranding and getting all things going. So Bryce is going to have me do some solo episodes for a while, but then I'll start bringing guests on.
Yeah,
so
no,
we'd love to
for
have you
sure.
on for that. We didn't even get into it, but I want to jam on so just real quick. I'm probably a spa guy myself. My wife and I go to the same person as far as who cuts my hair.
That. Yes.
And I'm a big fashion guy too. I don't know. Not a big, but I'm so part of my brand will be an apparel line. I'm not going lines, not sheep with it, like Sean.
Right.
But, small, a few shirts and stuff. I'm a huge fan of Henleys and some additional. So, really trying to put a focus on athletic wear that you can wear out on date night to the pool or to the gym.
I love that. I love that.
All that kind of stuff.
I can so see that with you.
Yeah. So those are some additional things I'm working on, but that might be fun to kind of talk through a little bit too.
Yeah,
and I like dressing nice and have a nice.
Yeah.
It's funny because my daughters go and buy me new shirts all the time, and they make sure I pack them in my suitcase to wear them. So it'd be kind of funny to talk about some of that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We can do anything we want, man. This is our show, right?
I love it. Cool. Well,
Awesome.
I appreciate it. Have a blessed and fun weekend. Any big plans?
Yeah, you too. No, no, not at all. Yeah, I'm working. Actually, I literally am working tomorrow on the floor doing services, and then I'm going to do a little birthday party for my little best friend's daughter who just turned 1. So that'll be fun.
Oh wow! We've got a 1-year-old birthday party, my nephew tomorrow too. So lots of birthdays, good stuff.
Anthony,
anyways,
if you ever,
I will keep you.
Pleasure having you. You don't know my face
Thank
because
you.
I don't have a camera to me, but. But if you ever need help with any type of media, content, whatever, let me know. You can visit my website. It's at the Fiesta Media.
Fiesta Media?
The FiestaMedia.com. And the Fiesta because I am Cuban and I bring the Fiesta to you.
I like it.
He does, man. He
I can tell.
he's hosted some of my parties and stuff before, and he is awesome. It's fun.
Yeah, we do. We have 2 companies. One is entertainment. The other one is social media management, podcast production, all of that. So,
okay, Fiesta Media.
Yeah, the FiestaMedia.com. Yeah,
Got it. Yeah. The Fiesta Media or just Fiesta Media? Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's Fiesta. It's the
I'm
Fiesta
spelling
Media.
it wrong.
The FiestaMedia.com.
The Fiesta. Okay, so I did Fiesta Media and didn't pull up the Fiesta Media. There we go. I got you. Are you the guy? Which guy are you? Are you in the picture?
I'm sure he's got the hat on.
If you see a crazy guy doing some funny things, that's me. That's me.
I got you. I see you now. I see you.
Me.
Awesome. Excellent, guys. All right. Well, hey, super appreciate it.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Have a good one.
Y'all.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
He's so nice, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Awesome.